Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Gonna go through what's just recently happened. I played when I didn't record. I didn't have a really good session, so it was sort of like sort of waking me up to how much rust I have, and that's just the fact. Just rusty things. So some things that have just reminded me. So what you can do is just reenact or just think about what happened in your head, what happened in your session as well. Sometimes a lot of people, when you have a bad session, what will happen is you'll think that the poker site's rigged, but that's just not the case. Usually, 9 times out of 10, or actually every time I actually had a look at a session when I used to have Poker Tracker on PokerStars, when I used to play Cash Money all the time, I was to blame. So, a couple of things that have probably happened. So one of the main first things was calling out a position. So the problem is calling out a position. What happens is you call someone that's bet, um, or yeah, and then someone's re-raised or something like that. You've called, and you don't have the position in the hand. So say there's someone, the dealer button's got position on you, so you player have to make a move first. Let's say you've got ace queen or ace jack, and the board goes 8-7-2 or something like that, something really low. It's definitely missed you. What happens is you get put in an awkward spot. You start calling chips, but when you miss the hand, you're going to get put off a lot of hands. So you'll have to check fold a lot of hands. Even worse, sometimes you check call and it's cold calling, and you're calling a hand that's already well behind. So and you've got no way of knowing where you sit on the hand. So that could be one thing that I was doing. I definitely was doing. Leaking in the blinds was another one I would have been doing as well. When you call too many hands in the blinds, I've got to be a bit more disciplined with folding hands in the small and big blinds. So playing out of position is the main thing there. Usually, what I used to do was I used to be a player that used to like controlling the hands that I was in. So I was the one that had the initiative in the hand. Didn't have the initiatives in the hands, I wouldn't be in the hand. So if I haven't got control of hand, I'm out of the hand. Unless, of course, I'm like going to the nut hand. So like, got ace high flushes, you're going for a set mine and you've got like a full house maybe. Something like that. You just don't want to be in hands where you've got second best hands, you're out of position. Even in multi-way pot, you sort of get lost in the hand. You can bleed a lot of money that way, especially out of position. But yeah, just got to stop calling as much. Another thing I got to tell yourself as well, just because you know a lot of theory or you know a lot of stuff, doesn't entitle you to win. So you need to make sure that you remove any thoughts of I should just win just because the amount of experience I've got in this game, I should not just win automatically. It doesn't work like that. It's purely luck and skill involved in this game, and also mental value as well. So you've got to inject logic that way. Just don't assume that you're just going to win the game just for the hell of it. Also, another thing, um, just calling too many second best hands. So just being a little bit rusty, just calling in hands. There was a few shoves in the last video even that you might actually see, where they had not great hands, but they had two pair really dodgy hands, where I could easily fold, especially if you had a multi-way pot. You've got an overpair, sometimes overpair or top pair. Just sometimes overpairs can be good, but in a multi-way pot, one pair just doesn't cut it, especially when you have someone shove, someone call, and you're the one that had the initiative to begin with. It means you 9 times out of 10 you're behind, and you need to find the fold button. I'm not saying you're going to be right 100% of the time. You never are right 100% of the time, and that's just poker. But you just want to be right most of the time. Also, another factor was there was less people in the pool as well. So this is just an excuse as well, but it's actually a good excuse. It means less people in the pool. Chances are that it could have been just a bad time to play Zoom on PokerStars as well. So only mainly good players were playing. They could be just getting outplayed, and there's less fishes on the table. So with all that past, let's get back into it and let's see if we can have a good session now. Another thing you can do is you can also change the buying amount too. Alright, we'll fold 3 sevens. We're not going to really... We're going to try to remove all these trash hands anyway. Under the gun, we'll play with the 9s. We'll just do 300 bet here. We might call a 3-bet. Just to set mine. It depends if people just call afterwards and then we close the position down as well. We're going to fold 6-4. We don't have the initiative there, so that's just implementing that plan. Jack 5-7, 4-way pot. Someone's probably hit a jack. We're going to fold this hand. It looks a bit weak to fold, but that's what you've got to do sometimes. 2 pairs, so we can go in here. We can bet into this. We could check raise that hand. Alright, we're going to check and then check raise the turn. The straight gets the chances of getting a 4 slim. We're going to bet for value if you re-raise us. Probably going to... It's low enough we're going to call this. I don't think he puts us in a strong hand. But he has a 4 anyway. So, but it was cheap enough to justify the call. But that was we misplayed the flop there. We should have actually bet the flop and made his 4 pay the price for making that hand. So that was a failed hand. And that's another thing too you got to be aware of in poker as well. You got to be self-aware. And that's what we just were with that hand. And usually when you're judging a hand, if you're trying to work out where you went wrong, usually people will think too far ahead in the hand. It's usually pre-flop or flop that you usually get the hand wrong. King 8 with fold. We are definitely tightening up a bit here. Our general rule is to, if players are very loose, you want to be a bit tighter as well. But you can widen your range, but not as much as what most people will think. Because you still got to beat people that don't fold. So you'll have to have the best hand. We're going to check here. We're out of position. Check fold. We had an open ender for the other hand. So it was just fold here. Probably a flush draw, straight draw. Could have been. These guys aren't. They're playing their hands, so with these wishes play money, they aren't. They're not that great of players, so it means that generally 9 times out of 10 we're gonna bet here. By the way, could be straight draws as well. 9 times out of 10 they are playing their own hands. They're not thinking about your hand, and that's the difference between really good players and just recreational players, and that's what we're playing against because it's not. But there'll be still some players here that might know something. Being re-raised here with ace queen. We have no outs really. We've got aces and queens, but we've got a lot of hands that's not gonna win for us. We're gonna bet ace 3 here. Hopefully he's got like an ace king or something like that. If we get re-raised, I guess we're folding here, but we can get called by ace queen, king, ace queen, ace jack. Plenty of second best hands called there, so we have to make a bet. Can't be scared of the re-raise there. Jack 10. We could play ace 5, and sometimes you can 4-bet with ace 5 suited, knowing that people with medium pairs will probably re-raise here, but it just depends how deep in the game you are. But we're not really deep, so you probably don't want to do any 4-betting at this stage. It's only when you get deeper stacks that you will really start widening your range with your 3-bets and 4-bets. And because the people with higher chips might get actually scared from the 4-bet. You got room to play as well, where shorter stacks you don't have room. We're just gonna call to 100. We're gonna set mine. You got like a 1 in 7 chance to hit. It's usually worth calling. Even if your bet's 500, couple callers, I'm probably calling as well. I've got position here with the 6s as well, so we're in a good spot. Could have the best hand here, but we'll probably just check this one. Alright, we'll call 100. It's cheap enough to go for the turn card. Highly doubt our 6s are good here, but we'll continue one more. It's cheap enough for our hand to get there. Doing the same thing with the fours, trying to set mine as well. I'm in the comments as well if you're watching this. If you've got any questions, you should ask. I've watched plenty of videos in the past, listened to podcasts, just feel free to ask anything at all. What are the fold hands? Like, you know, I had someone in one of the previous videos asking why I folded like 6-5 suited, hands like that. And it was a pretty good question because 6-5 suited, typically what happens is you'll run into, like, you'll win small pots and lose big pots. We'll get a bet 300 position. Some people actually raise only bet 250 or 200 there to try and get a call in position. That's what happens when you've got a really tight table. And obviously when the table's crazy, you can actually open up a bit more because you're going to get more callers. But anyway, what I was saying, 6-5 is typically 6-5 suited can run into, you know, nuttish hands like the ace high, like the ace flushes and stuff like that. Sometimes you get counterfeited when you have like you know, the board pairs up and it's like 2 8s, 5, 7 9. Just check and then probably see if there's going to be a heart coming. No, we'll probably fold 7 9 now. Playing out of position, this is what I was trying not to do. Can get distracted when I'm talking. So I think that's probably what happened to the hands. But yeah, you can get counterfeited. Also, lower straights. So worst thing worse, you could have straight, but it's a lower straight as well. So you don't have the nutty hands. Those type of hands are pretty good when you're playing against someone like a really tight player. If you know the table is ultra tight, you're at the casino, sometimes 6-5 can really, you know, deep stack than that. You can really just blow your guys out the water, your opponents. But, you know, with a 9 player table, I wouldn't do it at all. One sec. We just had money fall everywhere. The cat knocked over the money tin. Alright, we got top pair here, which is nice. Get a bet into this. We're out of position here though. We continue to bet here. They got straight draws. We want to charge them. He'll let us know. Alright, I think pairing the board is good for us, so we're just gonna bet this. If you get re-raised, we'll fold. But we had kings. That's a bit bad, but we didn't pay too much for that one. Well, we're out of position, and that's what happened. He didn't re-raise. He just let us keep betting into him. We can fold 9-7 suited. Ace 9 suited. Can't make a straight out of that hand, so he can fold. So typically to tighten up the range now, we're going to call with ace 4 suited. Hands like ace 6 to ace 9, you can't make a straight with, or you can, but it's very hard. Ace 4 probably could have called actually. We would have had the best hand to begin with, because I don't think anyone paired up, and it was king high was the other hand. So we had the best hand there, but we folded that one. Yeah, so just tightening up hands that, you know, are very hard to make straights. And just got to try and remind myself as well. If I don't have the initiative in the hands, I'm not going to be in the hand. That's the benefit of not being in a tournament. In a tournament, it's different, where you've got to, you know, especially later in the tournament, you've got to start playing more hands as the table starts tightening, because the you know, the blinds get a bit more short stack, or the stacks get a bit short stacked, so you end up having to play more hands just to stay afloat and not get as people start getting tighter, you can get looser. That's the theory behind it. Sometimes it's really hard theory, like it's a really hard principle to think of. A7 is not great, but if we got position, we can call. If we have position, I mean, we could, we could have actually entered the pot there, but I'm going to fold this one. It does seem very tight, but we are controlling ourselves. Okay, we've got a straight. We've got a min bet. Min bet 100. Get a call, hopefully. Someone will call. No, no one will call, so... I mean, the only hand that could beat us there was ace-queen. Alright, so far so good. We haven't lost an entire stack yet. Pocket tens is nice, especially in the hijack. So we're going to open up there with tens. A lot of people re-raise here. I guess we're calling with pocket tens. If he checks, it means he's probably got kings or queens. It's probably not the greatest hand here. We do have position. If he doesn't have an ace and we call, he's going to have a bit of problems here. Hopefully he checks. Probably shouldn't have called the flop, but yeah, okay, fold. But sometimes what happens is they bet the ace anyway, and then what they can do is check the turn, and then you bluff them on the turn, and that's playing position. But it really hurt us that time calling the flop. It was pretty expensive, so we could have let go with the tens. But when they do bet a bit lower, it's a better idea just to call one straight and then bluff them on the turn, especially only in position though, because you can actually, a lot of people will just check fold if they don't have the ace there, and they'll just what they'll do is they'll check fold. They'll bet the flop, and then on the turn they'll check to see, and if you check behind, they know you don't probably have the ace, because you'd bet the turn because you don't want other hands to get there. So that's how they'll read your hand. So you could actually play that hand like that if you actually had the nut and bluff them that way. A6 is not too bad with a suited though. A6 suited because you can get flushes, but in position can't make straights though. So wait and see what they can. Ace king suited, beautiful. Okay, we can open here with a6 suited. We're on the dealer button, got the initiative. This is what we wanted. We're gonna bet to 400 here. I don't feel like gambling with a6 suited. I'm gonna fold this. Ace king, good flop. That's a blocker bet. We're gonna re-raise. There's a diamond on the board. Another diamond. We're gonna jam, or if he jams all in, we call this. If he's got trip queens, so be it. I guess we're gonna bet 2,000. Actually, no, we're gonna bet the amount we can call. There you go. Alright, so it would have been a waste if we didn't bet at least his stack there, because he would have felt priced in. There wasn't many hands we were bluffing there though, so he just played the hand really badly. Okay, we don't have a heart here, so we've got to be a little bit wary. Even if we are queen, we could be way behind. And it'll be that scenario where, way ahead, way behind scenario where, you're only going to get called by better hands and fold with other hands. We have the spade here, which could be playing out well. We're going to bet a little bit here for value, and then we'll just see. But if he's got the set, he's going to re-raise. I don't know, maybe it was a little bit too, probably a little bit too greedy there. I was probably going to get called by better hands there. And I could have probably got thrown off by shoves with that raise as well. So I would have been in a sticky spot there if my opponent actually raised on me. We got top pair here in a multi-way pot. We don't have a club, no draws, straight draws. We're going to fold this one. This is a really tight fold, but these are the folds I was talking about. We're going to fold jack 3. Seems pretty weird folding top pair there, but usually 3-way, 4-way pots with a That's called a wet board, and you're not going to win many pots like that with top pair. Usually playing heads up with just one other player on the table you're playing in the hand with, then you're more likely to call those bets. But because there's at least three is a three-way, we'll definitely, we have to get them to fold, or they're going to make their hands most of the time. 4-2, we just fast fold this. We're playing that one. 9-8 suited. 2000 makes it easy to fold. Ace-8 fold. Could have probably actually bet Ace-8, just if no one bet. I'm not going to do anything wacky. Like sometimes King-9 I'll actually bet from the lines, but we're going to try and just practice a bit of discipline here. Alright, pocket kings, we'll re-raise bets. Let's do 300. Got a top pair here. Just get a bet 100. If he calls, and hopefully we win it. Down. Alright. Pocket kings could be okay here. We've got position. We have to bet here because there's flush draws. It seems tight, but sometimes it's a scary spot, but you have to bet for value here. A lot of hands misses. We're just going to check behind. Okay, jams. Well, I've got a feeling it's a bluff. I'm going to call it because he'd bet the turn otherwise. 6-9, but that's just a sick hand. Yeah, so it's either a bluff or the best hand. 6-9. Probably could have found the fold, but it's very hard just because he didn't bet the turn there. Other than that, we did play pretty well that hand. Alright, half bet that one. Hopefully get some callers. All in, we raise. This is pretty easy. Flush draw, so be it. No club, please. Thank you, we won a hand. Woo! Alright, finally. So that was a nice hand. Probably the best hand I've had since I've started playing PokerStars again. Fold 10-8. Dodged a bullet. Also, we could have made a full house with that hand as well. So we weren't drawing dead even after a flush. That pocket 10s, very happy with. We will bet only because we're out of position. Top pair here. Alright, we can represent ace here, so we get a bet here. He's got queens or jacks. It's going to be hard for him to call. We do have a club, so we're gonna bluff this one. It's like a semi-bluff, so we've got a lot of hands. Even if he does call, we could make the best hand with a straight or a flush. So it's actually, and we've got a lot of fold equity there as well. So it's actually one of those spots where you don't really need to have a great hand to make that bet. But we did have the 10s, so we had flush draws, straight draws. And definitely worse hands for folding there, so, you know. Jack 9, we've got a straight. So we have to bet here because there's going to be a flush draw. Flushes miss. We could lose to ace jack, but I guess he's raised us, is he? He probably had like one pair. Right, fold ace 7. So far so good. Fold these. Sometimes what you can do is bet on the, you can actually just bet on the dealer button and get some free blinds. We don't have the initiative. Fold ace 10, offsuit. A lot of times we'll make the bet, and even king queen we can argue. That's offsuit as well. It seems really tight, but when you're out of position, it's really not great. They're not great hands. You can have second best hands as well. Alright, but we are going to play a bit on the nittier side today. We can bet here. Oh, actually, no. We're just going to check this. We're not going to get stuck. This is what I'm talking about. You're in the big blinds. You get stuck playing these silly hands. We're going to fold Jack 9 there. We're going to fold because sometimes you get stuck in those really bad hands, especially in the blinds. And that's a lot of players that, a lot of players do that, and that's where they lose a ton of money. Playing too much in the blinds and just getting married to your hands. They're the folds you need to find and just not muck around. Just be awake of the now, just realize what was happening. And that was, we're out of position with a bad hand. Would make a lot of, second best hands there. Win a small pot. Get charged. Get charged for a lot of money, just a lot of chips just to make it to the river. And then you miss, and then you'll want to, you start feeling sick because you've just paid a few thousand just to get to the river and you miss. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So we'll fold that. Big blind. There. Fold 6-3. King 7's gone. Queen 4's gone. Queen 3's gone. Queen 10 suited in the cutoff is not too bad. Someone's into the pot that called in. Let's re-raise because this guy's limping into the under the gun, so he's not a good player. So we'll actually raise him and try and get heads up to him and have position on him. Multi-way pot here. Hopefully get a king. Get a check there. Check fold, hopefully. So I'm going to bet here. He's going to fold a lot of hands here. Sees the ace and the jack. Maybe we don't bet enough. We're going to get a free river here. This is the great thing about being in position. You get free cards. When you're out of position, they can charge you. Alright, so has he got a hand? Yeah, he had a weak ace. So maybe if we bet the turn and bet the river, he might have folded. But because we're out of position anyway, we still got to see the river card pretty cheap. We could keep the pot relatively low to the value of the hand. Now that's probably a huge concept to learn if you didn't know that one. So, no, just the power of position. Alright, Queen Jack, offsuit, not a great hand, but we're going to go into it. Okay, we got position here, which is great. This is why you don't limp. Wow, a lot could happen here. You could have a set, flush draws, straight draws, everything. Board pairs, not great for us. He might go all in. Let's just call behind. Yeah, so he was gonna fold to any bet there. He was gonna fold to any bet and call if he was in front. So that was a way behind, way ahead scenario where he just missed everything. But sometimes he could do 100 and then we re-raise and he's got a set, so it's not really worth it. We will call 100. Just the fact that there's deep stacks in the hand. I was hoping to see another club. Possibly get straight draws in that. There is really no point calling now. We're going to fold out of this. But that's how you adjust the hand to the stack sizes as well. Let's check here. Stuck in the hand just because we've put 100 in. This is not a great flop for suited. Anything that goes in, we fold. Our position. We're meant to lose money in the blinds. Even the best players lose money from like the small blinds. Not every game, like not every session, but there's definitely overall. Unless you're playing against people much lower rated, much lower stakes than you used to. So typically could probably, you know, win from every position and just by outplaying people. Alright, ace 9, we just fold that. Although we could have probably bet. Alright, let's fold ace 7 suited. It is tight. I did tell you I was going to try and adjust how I'm playing the hand. And that's definitely one way I was going to do it. Just get out of just having weak hands. Alright, so we're not going to get married to this hand. We're with 8-2. Definitely going to fold to any bet here. Board pairs. We're going to try and take it down. We could have the best hand here with the 8s though. A lot of flush draws would have called there, so hopefully he checks and we'll dismiss this. He'll let us know if he's made the hand though. But a lot of hands there we would have actually been good on the turn. You know, even cards with the ace. We're behind. We're going to fold with the 6-5 suited, 6-5 off. Threes we're going to play. So typically, pretty much all pocket pairs you're going to play from every position you can think of. Ace 10 suited to ace king suited from the under the gun is what we're going to play. And check that one. This board's pretty wet. With a wet board, straight draws, flush draws. There's no folds here. So we want cheap cards to try and get the 3. We definitely miss here, but we didn't pay for it. So happy with that hand. So we did the best to make the best hand there, but this wasn't the case. Someone's bet, we're out of position to fold, don't even think about it. And 6 fold. Fold. Like some people will be watching this and thinking, what are you doing? This is very tight. It's not actually as tight as you think. There's many players that are actually really tight. Even tighter than this, where they only play like aces and kings and ace queen off, and, you know, and they don't play anything but, you know, pocket 10s and up, pretty much. Just, I heard rumors Las Vegas was really tight, so. Alright, got top pair. Alright, we'll check this. Could have probably played a bet there, but let's see. Flush draws, straight draws. We bet here for value. If we get re-raised, we can fold there, but we could possibly have the best hand here. People sometimes will re-raise there to let us know. We don't have the best hand, we can get it. The card you'll see is, oh, actually the board pairs could be counterfeited here. He's probably got a 7, maybe a set. He's slow playing it. We're gonna fold. Multi-way pot, more likely people don't fold multi-way, don't bluff multi-way pots. That's something to bear in mind as well. So they're gonna go through 3 other players to win the hand. King Jack offsuit, we're folding. It seems very tight, but King Jack is not a great hand, especially under the gun. Check this one. I don't like losing in poker because I'm just one of those guys that really back myself in poker. So once I have a losing session, do we call? No, we don't get married to the hand. We're out of position. So enter logic. A lot of flushes. We've probably got a lot of second best hands here, so we're gonna call. Just check. Sorry. Got mid pair. I think we're gonna. Yeah, say top. So I had a feeling we're behind already. Alright, King 6, just fold. Really just tightening up. Okay, so far so good. So we lost a stack, but we've also gained up 2 stacks, so we're up so far in this session. a lot of ground to cover, but we don't want to be thinking about chasing stacks, because that's just losing poker. Hands are dying, but you know, the more hands you fold as well, the longer you can last. The more hands you can actually see. Pocket queens and the small blind could be tricky hand. Mid, a lot of people do struggle with these mid pairs. We could re-raise here as well. We're out of position here. I like to have the initiative, so we're going to go for 16. Just get the initiative. Folds, one call. Perfect hand. We'll probably try and get the stacks in. Hopefully he's got like jacks or that. Alright, and that's it. We re-raised pre-flop and we gained a lot of... that's what usually happens out of position. You get a lot of bets and they check. And they fold, sorry. We're going to call with pocket fives. Got position here, got straight draws, which is nice. Check here with... We got position, but we didn't make a hand. We're gonna bet here. A lot of bad hands might fold. No, actually that was a bad bet. But we do have possession. If we get the 2 on the board, we'll be laughing. We just check behind. Don't feel like bluffing 2 other players. Hit a 5, but it's not great. Alright, check behind. Jacks. Maybe if I bet the king, we could have actually used position there, so. I did half think that king was a scary card, so probably was a good spot to start bluff there. Alright, we're going to fold this one out of position with ace 5. Put queens, small blind again. Yeah, but that's another thing too, is just, especially, you know, just remembering those little spots where you can actually bet and they fold. And it's like, it's just funny when people say, oh no, you're not playing real money, they never fold. Well, that's not the case, they do fold. Because remember that at the end of the day, they play their own cards. They don't worry about your cards, they don't think deep enough. They just think about their cards in front of them. Alright, let's see. We could probably get stacks in against 5,000. Yeah, what's this call? He's probably ace king, ace 10. That's pretty good. Even if he hits the ace, we played the best here. We hit trips. We were happy with that hand. Even if we lost it, we just saw what he had. So, got to think about what they've played. Not the results of the hand, but actually how. Just if you're in front. That's what I was looking. With only one overcard, we're pretty happy there. It even slimmed his chances even more. Ace queen. We're going to call in position there. A good board for such a high call pre-flop. And we do have position here. So we're going to call one bet. He could be betting a lot of his hands in position. We could bet the turn. Checks. Hopefully his person folds. This is beautiful. Hopefully checks. He could have ace king. If he bets here, we fold. Alright, so we're going to fold this one. If he checked, we could bluff the king, like we were talking about last game. The flush has got here. Let's do a little bet here, 500. Sort of folds because the flush is there. Do have top pair. We're out of position. He will let us know if he's better. Probably raise us. A lot of hands with a heart will, without a heart will fold here, so we will bet there. And he will raise us. Yeah, there you go. He's got a good heart. But any card without, like any hand without a heart, even if he had an ace, would have probably folded there. So we had to bet into him because there's a lot of fold equity there. We've got a flush draw, straight draw. We can bet this. just to get value, just to build the pot up a little bit. Because there's a lot of good rivers here, like this one. Could have a lot of second best hands, but I don't think so. I'm going to bet into it anyway. And they both fold, but we still made a decent pot because we actually bet the draw. So playing a little bit more controlled now. We're going to fold a7. I think last session as well, I was actually 3-betting a7, which is sometimes not a bad idea, but it's a bit it can be quite reckless, and you can lose a lot of coin very quickly, especially if the cards are dry and they're not going well for you. If you hit a winning streak, it's definitely good though. We hit the straight, so we're going to bet this one. But there is a flush there. That was a nice split board. Split pot. Queen Jack suited in the small blind. Going to fold this one out of position. Going to fold this one as well. We're not going to 3-bet 8-9. So just practicing to be a little bit tighter with the discipline. Working a treat so far, looking at the stack sizes that we've accumulated so far. So it seems a little bit closer. We're still a little bit rusty as in the spots to bluff, but we're actually identifying it, so that's actually pretty 6-8 folding. Queen 10, we're not going to get married to this hand, we're out of position. If we end up winning this hand, it's a bonus. We'll just fold out of that. Okay, 2-3 suited, gonna fold. We could be looking at deeper stacks now because we are getting quite back to 30,000. Ace Jack suited, hearts on the board. Let's just check this because let's just call this actually. A lot of hands will actually just call with 2 hearts. We've got an 8. That's on the board that can come up now and get a straight, which should be nice. We missed our board. Didn't lose anything for it. So this is highly doubt we have the best hand here. A lot of kings, a lot of 10s. Some with an 8. We'll bet here as well. I'll let you know with the 8. But we had a bit of pot control there. We didn't bet. I don't think it was worth betting there. Ace 2 suited. No, I'm not going to play there. Going to fold 9-8 suited. Seems very tight, but it must be because we were playing very loose last game. We just don't want to open up the floodgates. And also, yeah, if you just want to try and you get hurt from a couple, let's say you get hurt from a couple losing sessions in a row. You can actually cut your session short and just, once you won a little bit, you can actually just, what do you say? You can actually just stop playing. So, double your stack and quit the session straight away. It doesn't matter how long you played. It's all about, it's all in the mind how long you have to play. You don't have to play forever. Got 2 pair here. We could bet this. We're just going to check behind actually because a lot of straights here, flushes. Yeah, so it was a way ahead, way behind scenario. If we bet, he folds. He re-raises us. We're in a bad spot there. Ace 5, we fold. Under the gun range, we don't know how good this guy is, but we're going to fold King Queen because we're going to be out of position if someone else calls. And we'll probably have to 3-bet King Queen offsuit and won't be the best hand. Because you'll have a lot of pairs and aces going up against as well. We can actually we've got position here. We're going to 3-bet. Not 3-bet, but we're going to raise the line and try and get our heads up with an ace high hand. Heads up with ace jack is where we want to be. Out of position with jacks, we're going to make the call. Okay, so he re-raises us. We're just going to call behind. Might have kings, queens at this stage. We're going to see. Okay, we've got top pair, but we don't know what we're dealing with yet. With this hand he checks, we're going to bet this one. We're going to fold Jack 10 here, Ace Jack here. It seems a bit silly, but we're going to watch the hand. I'm going to show you that we've probably lost that hand. Queen Jack, Ace Jack. We folded the best hand, but I'm not really that upset. Not really upset because most times with three-way pot, you know, you're not going to be in front there. It was a tight fold. I'm not upset at the fold at all. I really thought I was going to be behind, but we're still happy with the fold because a lot of people would have been better than me in that hand. Okay, we fold there at a position. Ace 5 suited, let's get out of position, we fold out of that. King folds. Yep. Queen 8 fold. 7, Jack 9. There. We're going to bet this one. King Queen suited is on the cusp of our range. King Jack I did fold earlier under the gun. King Queen will play. 2 pair is ideal. We're going to half bet this one. We're actually got position here, which is even better. Hopefully he calls. Hopefully the board doesn't pair or anything like that, but we're just going to get some value out of him. We're going to milk him. Hopefully he doesn't get... Ooh, actually, we're just going to recheck behind. No, we're going to bet into this. Yeah, I had to bet for value, even though it was a little bit scary betting there, because if you got re-raised, it's just an ugly spot to be in. But we just milked value out of our opponent, which is nice. I actually put the bet in too, because he was in the small blinds, which probably means he was a bad player as well. So, because he was a bad player, I thought his range would be a lot worse. So that's why I made the bet as well. That was the last minute logic I put in my head. We could probably 3-bet here. Ace 5 suit, Ace 5 off. I'm going to fold though. We're in position. Queen with 2 bad cards. We can bet here, hopefully get a fold. One of them. We're going to call behind with 300. This one is letting us know he's got something here. I'm going to bet into this and then likely to fold this hand if it doesn't finish up. If they re-raise here. Yeah, there we go. Fold that hand. A lot of good turn cards for us though, but it's quite expensive. Maybe we were better off just checking there. Maybe we didn't play the hand right. Let's fold King Jack off. Jacking off. That was the old joke. Alright, we can... We're out of position, so they're going to raise this one. Probably could have folded as well. Now we've got the initiative, we can bet into this. A lot of players would have missed this hand, hopefully. Hopefully one drops off. No. So we'll just bet. Hopefully got the best hand. If he's got ace queen, so be it. We're going to bet the river. Just don't care. He's got the best hand, he's got the best hand. Jacks, we got the best value. That's how you play king queen out of position. Nice. So outplaying our opponents there, which is good. And that was just the way of getting the initiative. You got to learn the 3-bet there. And then it just means our bet's actually a bit more weighted on the flop as well. Meaning we're not just representing nothing. They've got to actually beat us. Everyone's in this hand, so I'm just going to check this. Someone's got to hit something. So bluffing in a mid, like with a big multi-way pot like that, it's just burning money pretty much. So the more people in the hand, less likely your folds are going to work. Unless it's a really scary board and somehow everyone misses, but it's less likely. Alright, we got we got trips here. Not trips. What is it? Yeah, it's trips. Yeah, it's not a set. Trips. We're gonna re-raise here. A lot of flushes there. Gonna fold AC. A lot of people. Okay. So we'll win the hand. There would have been a lot of flushes there. Pocket sevens would have called and beat us though. I do not like trips though. Trips are quite scary to play. If you played poker enough, you know that it can get quite scary. I need a king. Don't get a king. Could bet, but gotta beat two people. So probably the river bet would have worked, but we didn't bet previously, so we couldn't represent. But who knows? These players might have not read that line. A lot of good players would have seen that I didn't bet the ace originally, and would have made the call for the bluff. But not everyone can read the hands, so you gotta remember that. That's why Zoom's hard to play sometimes, because you can't get a read on people. We got a diamond, so a continuation bet here. We can bet 300 here. Got he lets us know he's got a good hand. We get that one. We re-raised him, so we can actually represent the ace here. If he bets into us, he's not scared of the ace. A block bet could mean he's got kings, queens, or jacks, which he will fold, so we'll re-raise here. Don't have to bet too much here. If he checks into us, we can definitely bet here and he'll flood a lot of hands. He didn't fold the turn, so I've just got to call behind. If he had kings, queens, or jacks, he was definitely folding. Well, mate, there was a lot of scary stuff out there. So I didn't think we had once he called the flop and turn. I don't think we were getting him off the hand. We just controlled ourselves to not. Ooh, could have got a straight flush here. Okay, we're definitely falling. Let's re-raise just because of straight flush. I just want to get a straight flush, but alright, we got a flush. But not the straight flush that we wanted. Chances are he's got a higher straight. Chances are we get a four of spades is very slim. So fold. Would really love to make a straight flush and get stacks in. Just not going to be most of the time there. So can't fall in love with the hand. Although gotta love straight flush if it happens. Queen 10 suited in position. Get a fold. Not gonna 3-bet. If you can't 3-bet the hand, get out the hand. It's a good rule to have. If you can't 3-bet the hand, get out. Because remember what I said previously, I wanted to have the ace king. Definitely can 3-bet the hand. I'm gonna do 1300, I think. Roughly. I'm gonna go 1200 actually. You bet an awkward size 450. Okay, we can bet half our range, a continuation bet here. You could have ace queen, ace jack here, maybe pocket pair. Yeah, so we could bet heaps of our range there. And you could call with voice hands as well. We can bet here for 450. That's what our opponent did last hand. Pocket kings in position. Could be nice, hopefully. Double aces. We'll have to bet the hand here because it's a flush draw, so we'll bet here. I do expect alright, the board's paired here. I can find a fold here because the board is paired and there's flush draws, you know, sets. We're gonna fold. It's a tight fold, but there's a lot of hands there that could really hurt us there. And that's the power of being in position as well. And there's a multi-way pot as well. So probably a little bit, probably seems a little bit crazy to fold there since two aces. It's likely someone's going to have the ace, but someone's re-raising. He's not re-raising, but just nothing. There's a lot of straight draws, flush draws. But if the other guy calls as well, he's definitely, like, we could be way behind there. And also I had way behind scenario as well. Going to make this my last hand. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's a nice way to finish off the video. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. And just remember the key things I told you previously as well. See that next time. Alright, thanks guys, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video with some insight as well. Alright, bye.